Hey, Don here. So I better stop my video. Hey, Don here. I want to come start back up here with my installing Mate desktop on Fedora 23 server videos. One video that turned into 5 or 6 or 7, and we'll gonna make sure I'm in the right with my control application here for my streamer. Make sure I do have a good stream. Let's see, live stream. I'm gonna hit pause on that. I don't need my stream playing on that computer. Mentioned on the other little previous one to this, I have that computer and that web browser with my page I found with the commands I want to run, and some other good info I found. Where's that? Yeah, there it is. I'll probably look at that towards the end if I don't end up going for too long. But what I'm going to do is I keep forgetting what I'm set on. Okay, I'm on cam, and I have to keep doing that to see what I'm on, because I can't see the screen on the laptop. Otherwise I could just glance over there at it. I guess if I tried hard enough I could. Okay, so I've already installed Mate on that IBM server, and it's Fedora 23, you know, and I already installed Mate with you know, DNF install at Mate desktop, blah, you know, so on. But this is what I thought was the old way, but this particular recommended to use this command, which I'm going to call the old command. I thought it was depreciated, but we'll see if it works. I mean, my stream won't get so bad that I can't use it. So far it's alive and in good health, so that's really great news. I used the 30-second delay of my stream, and I think it's actually helping. I think I watched back that first little part. That test ended up being oh, now it went bad, but it works out okay, I think, because of the delay. It gives the machine and the stream. Oh, it's offline. Shoot. What happened? Okay. Well, it says I'm offline. I don't know if it went off. You know, if my app is still streaming, but YouTube says I'm off. Oh, now I'm good again. Okay. I don't know what happened there. I don't know, maybe that happens. I haven't been watching this page, so I don't know, maybe that happens. It says stream resumed. The condition is the stream is continuing. I don't know. Anyway, what I was saying is I got a 30-second delay set in, and I believe that's helping. I think it gives the machine time to do the process up further on up to do it. It doesn't happen right next to each other. It does something, and then it does a bunch of other stuff, and then it does back to Plymouth again. I've noticed that I watched Fedora 21 boot up, and you know, when it works and gets into GUI. You get a graphic boot screen, and then you can. I actually have KDE XFCE Mate on it, and so anyway, then after it gets to starting, wait for Plymouth boot screen to quit. It says start job spooling tools, and that's normal. I know that. That's where it hangs now. So it may be there's two. Well, I think I'm going to run that command like I said, and I may have to get back in there to get back on the other machine. I may have to get back in there to let's go to my desktop now and get back to. I have to wait for the mouse to come back. Once I switch off, it's kind of slow to. That shows me that the machine's not working too fast. So I have to get back here and cockpit, and I may have to get in my services and try to enable the rest of everything to do with Plymouth, the stuff that I thought might not be needed. I've just got it here in the screen. That's take it off of that. I need to go to the terminal anyway. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this remote terminal. It's kind of lucky that I have this. That this comes with Fedora server. I mean, it doesn't come with it. I selected it to put it in there, but I just thought it was going to be a good thing. Actually, I think I did get it without realizing it the first time I installed, because several different ways you can do it. Install Fedora server, and well, normally I can copy and paste between my different remote desktops. Let's see how this works. But that's in Linux using a Linux program. I'm using Tide VNC Viewer. I don't know if it does that or not. We're fixing to find out. I'm not sure if it does. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna go up here and hit. No, let's right click. I was getting my menus, paste, copy and paste, but nothing was happening yesterday. I don't see paste at all. Save page as and all that stuff. Okay, we won't right click. We'll left click in there and do it. No paste available. It's really hard for me to type out these commands. See, I need to be over there. If I could get to my server over on the same machine where I have my stuff, or else I'm gonna have to get that stuff opened up in here, I guess. I don't mean like trying to go to. I didn't want to try to go to. There's not even a paste section there. Okay, I didn't want to try to. I want to go ahead and open up that page. No, let's do this. I've emailed the stuff to myself. So if I go to on this machine, Google right there, recent stuff. Go to Google, and then I'll go to Gmail, and because I emailed the stuff to myself, and so that I could get those commands. The thing is, Gmail is kind of like YouTube. It starts using resources up pretty quickly. They organize it differently, and it drives me crazy. I use Thunderbird. That did work out. Sometimes I can't find it to save my life. I don't know why they started. As soon as something, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're always fixing stuff and making it worse than ever. Okay, so there's the commands in that email. That's more. That's background junk anyway, so copied it. Now I'll see if I'll be allowed to paste it that way. Okay, it says I can, but nothing shows up. Let's hang on a minute and see if it will. That's what happened to me yesterday. Okay. So I'll try one more way. I don't guess you can paste in. I swear I was able to paste into this terminal window. Maybe I did from a. Is there a paste without? Why is it doing that? One time it said there a paste. I get different menus depending on which way I click first. I think if I'm hit right click in there, it does one thing, and if I hit left click in there, it does another. Okay. I'm used to being able to kind of hit either one in most apps. I'm trying to see. I do not see anything that says paste, without anything. I'm wondering if it was a plain text file, if it would work. But I'm a bit worried about using up extra resources, so I'm gonna go back to my other way. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it smaller so that I can see two windows at once, so I can try to leave that one big. Whoops, wrong one. My stream still well, as far as I can tell, it's still okay. Which one has it? Okay, right. Okay, there we go. Oh, this one. I got so many things open. go. That's all we actually need. Now, just find a way to make that available. Okay, there we go. Get rid of that. Okay, where is it? DNF space /y, which is yes to all. Group install. And I noticed when I was reading one of those articles, it said it told the guy that wrote the article, a comment said you got to have the, you know, it was like, I think it was made desktop, but anyway, it was a different command, but something else, some other thing. Anyway, it had to be mate, you know, capital M mate and capital D desktop. So I'm gonna go, and that's kind of crazy because a lot of time, most of the time that, well, yeah, I guess most of the time it does matter, but most of the time that when people set up these commands, they make it to where it's lowercase, so you don't have to worry about all that. But sometimes, I guess it depends on who's doing the writing. Okay, DNF space /y space group space install quote mate desktop. Okay, let's hit enter. I'll just shove it up top now. Okay. Dependencies resolved. Total download size 144 megabytes. It's doing it like it's never been done before. Isn't that strange? So maybe I never actually had Mate Desktop completely installed? Yep, I'm asking. Don't get it. I'm trying to, while that's working, I'm trying to figure out how I can put my, I want to make this other one a little smaller so that I can, I guess, bigger. No. This is not something I hardly ever do. It's not how I like to do things. It's running transaction tests. Maybe this will work. Now there's my next command, which is going to be really hard for me to type out. That's why I wanted to copy and paste. We'll just wait on this one. It may take a little bit. What else do I have in the background there? What's going on with my live stream? It says the health is bad. It does refresh, but I'm not sure how often. And since I'm doing the remote business, it is awfully handy to be able to kind of keep an eye on that. It's still working. It just says video output low, which these other ones, I guess I finally figured out. And if I start having trouble again, then I'll know to increase my delay. I don't care how long it waits to get started. It's not, I'm not doing a real, you know, I'm not doing a live TV show or anything. I'm just really using this YouTube Live as a well, it would be cool if I got to where I could do this all the time and, you know, like actually answer questions and stuff like that. You know, do or answer and ask questions. You know, people could like, there's a lot of things I know and a lot I don't know, so, you know, it'd be kind of cool. Work with people back and forth live. Like when I'm trying to figure out something like I'm doing now. Copy in commands anytime I can. Copy. Now, here in this remote, we'll see what happens. Okay. It looks Warning, failed OpenALSA. Well, it's okay right now. That's our audio. If things are all broken, I'm just going to start over again. Even if I get it up. Certainly not going to keep fooling with all this kind of stuff to try to fix it. Critical object. User bin firewall applet. I'm going back up. Warning was reported without SP affecting. Okay. Mate panel. Glib object critical. It sounds to me like everything is pretty much broke. Okay, now well, we're gonna go get on our let's just switch over to cam, and now we'll switch over to cam. Okay, now switch over to my actual machine. I love KVM switches. They're the cool. Oh, we have graphic desktop. Look at that. That's a funny looking background. Hey. Okay, so yeah, we got problems, obviously, but maybe in the next reboot or the update. Well, there you go. I haven't done my first system update yet. Yeah, a lot of broken stuff. Okay. Well, before I'm going to reboot it, I was fixing to do it right now, but let's look around, see what's going on here. Okay, there's our connections. So it looked like the firewall. Oh, it is firewall. Well, when I click on it, left click on it, it says, I think they're kind of touching each other. Yeah, they are. I think I can't. I'm going to unlock that thing. Sometimes stuff can't spread out properly. Okay. Oops. Now I'm in the firewall. Well, that's really weird. It's just everything's messed up. So anyway, we probably have internet. I guess we'll find that out by. Let's see what we have on here. Plenty of applications. But I won't be happy with that. I've got to get my script figured out to make it run. I'll be adding a bunch more. It's got stuff that I didn't even realize was going to be on there. But all the sections I checked. Audacity, PITVI. I didn't really plan on having any video editing software. Check root kit. Okay. Well, first thing we'll just go to the, well, let's see what's, yeah, okay, 28 gigabyte volume. That would be the other hard drive. Well, where's the volume for this? It should be right here. Preferences. Could be the theme that's, default theme is not working good, but I think it's because some things are broke. Yum Extender DNF, I looked in that. There's Yum Extender and Yum Extender DNF, and I didn't like the way the search was terrible. It didn't work good. That was the first thing I noticed. And the other system that has DNF, that my Fedora 22 system. But yeah, like stored. Sometimes it by default with the things I have saved on my. I can't get to the close thing on it now. Oh, it's hiding the. Hiding the rest of the menus. Okay, so let's do a reboot first off. Yeah, do a reboot just to see what's going to happen, because I want to see if that Plymouth boot screen's working. I may have to go back over there and try to turn the rest of it on. And yeah, there we go. I lose my picture. lose my monitor because of that. This one here is running the red. I call it the red black BioStar because it has red lights, black case, and it has a BioStar motherboard. Big mistake. They were cheap, and I didn't know anything about them, and they had good reviews back when I bought it. I have two of them too. The other one's alright, but this one had a buzz in the audio from day one, and I didn't. It was my main machine. I just never got to the point where I could really tear it down and send it back. And I wrote it once, and they said, "Yeah, you can send it back." And then I thought, it said it had 3-year warranty, and then I decided to go ahead and do it. No, actually, it was the other motherboard. I thought it had gone bad, but it wasn't. It was the power supply. I'm not going to get into all that, but it was acting freaky. But doing some things that you just wouldn't really realize. I never realized. There's a lot of things power supplies do that I never realized over the years when they're going bad. They work, but they're not working right. So anyway, both of them were bought real close together, and they said, "Oh, your warranty does." They wrote me back saying your warranty doesn't start on the day you buy it. Basically, it started on the day they manufactured it. That's the biggest lie and rip-off I've ever heard of in my life. I will never buy a BIOS product again, ever. Looky there, Plymouth boot screen. Yay. Plymouth. Let's see if there's any other. Okay, we got Plasma and XFCE. Plasma. Oh, that's KDE. Okay. Well, let's go see what. Let's see what it looks like now after a reboot. Gotta look at my. This is such a. I made a real nice hard password. I have to look at it. I can't even remember it. Since there are all these crawlers crawling the web trying to break into everybody's systems, I try to do everything I can to keep people out. It's one reason I kind of actually like having well, actually, the web server doesn't really need to be on the second router, but because of I had to set up a network bridge because I thought I wanted it, and then I couldn't get it uninstalled and get it to quit being there, and I couldn't, for some crazy reason, that machine would not. And I hope it's not something weird about its NIC card that's built in. Well, of course I can always just stick one in there, but no, I already tried that. But anyway, I think it's to do with that network bridge, why it wouldn't talk to my brand new router. It only talked to my older router. Well, no, everything's weird still. So I'm gonna say that the default. I'm gonna go to look and feel, and I'm gonna change it. I bet it's on Adwada. That will not move. I hate that. Okay, it says this theme will not look as intended because the required GTK theme Menta is not installed. That's what it is. It says custom. I don't know what it was on. I'm gonna go to ClearBooks. I like ClearBooks or Crux. I think I like Crux better. ClearBooks has those really brown folders. Let's see. Oh, they're all saying that note. There we go. ClearBooks doesn't have that note. And then the background, there's only one to choose from right now, so that's fine. I don't care about that right now. Care about is the where's the icons? Oh, it won't matter. They're all going to work. Enable what? Editable menu shortcut keys. Fonts look big enough. Okay, that's good. Just want it to work. Okay, now everything's cool. That's more like a Fedora system. So we've got plenty of stuff here. I'm not going to try to name them off. All I do is stumble on my tongue. But a lot of the stuff that I wanted on there is on there. Just by those, and see, they don't tell you what you're getting. They just tell you this is the type of stuff you're getting. And it didn't used to do that. You used to could go down through and spend hours and hours studying what you're getting. You know, that's how I learned what things were. You know, what I could put on them and everything. And of course, once I've learned to make my install, it took months. You know, actually everything full screen. That's the way I work. That's the way I roll. Never say that. I didn't say that. Again. Yeah, because I rebooted. Okay. So. It's not actually what I hope. Now. So I don't have to fix any of that Plymouth stuff. We can go, let's go to the logs right quick. And yeah, let's get it. Don't think we really need the camera showing it all right now. Okay. Pulse audio did not something, because I'd have to click on it to go further. There's a bunch of we're up to 43 minutes now. I did a reload. Come back to it in a minute. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's still working, but it says output's low. What page am I on? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a good page. That's world.info. Oh, I guess I would have to go in and put links. That's what I can do. I can put links in my description. That's what I need to do. I'm not getting back around to doing that stuff, but that's what I need to do. Okay, and yeah, there's that 24 things to do. I'm going to leave both of those open until I'm sure I'm done. But what I want to do is get down here and open up a type VNC to... So on my laptop, see, I'm running wired and wireless. That's why I can get to any router I want to on my system. Well, my one, I put my wireless onto my main new router that goes to my other system, the one I use all the time, and then the wired goes to, actually it goes to the third router. But when you're down in the, when you're at the end of the daisy chain, you can go back towards the beginning. But if you're at the beginning on the first router, you can go back towards the end. Doesn't make much sense. I'm saying the beginning is the one next to the modem, and then the next one to the next one. So the end is the one furthest away from the modem. That's what I'm saying. Okay, configure, no, connect. Okay, let's see if it's, oh. Yeah, that was a great idea, except for I don't have a remote desktop running on that machine, do I? Okay, it's back to the camera. Back to the old webcam then. Unless I can have remote desktop up and running. Hit the right one. This switch is worn out. Just about. I think it's almost 15 years old, or is 15 years old. It doesn't seem to know where to stop. Now let's see. I mean, I don't actually want remote desktop running on my server anyway. Now that I think about it, I certainly wouldn't want to leave it on. I don't think it's installed at all. I only do that on machines that, you know, aren't servers for sure. And I don't leave it turned on my laptop. I have it on that laptop, but I don't leave it turned on. Let's see. Let's look in these settings. Where is settings? KDE settings. Don't want that. I want mate settings. I need my desktop search. I heavily depend on that. I don't even know if it's installed. Let's see. BEASU scripts. They're pretty helpful for some things. Some of it I don't. Stuff I really use. Oh, there we go. Control center. They keep calling things different names. Nope. I don't believe remote desktop is installed at all. So forget that little. That would have been perfect if. But I don't want to install it and then have to. I really don't want it installed at all on my server on my web server. I'm pretty sure it's not. You know what? That doesn't act like it's gonna. I'm gonna click on Apper. I didn't know I was getting Apper. I was hoping it would close. See, there's no close. And it should be there. I think things are still not. I actually thought that was ugly the first time I saw it, but it looks pretty now. Only thing is when I have that set on the stream, then I'm like, okay, am I set on the right thing? Oh yeah, I guess if I kind of looked at it, tell me. Welcome to the first start of the panel. Choose below which one empty panel I want the default, and I'll fix it up the way I want it. I like to make it look just like Genome 2. And you can do that with XFCE and make it work. The only difference, there's a lot of things. I've been using it a whole lot more lately on these older machines, and there's a lot of things you can't do. But I put my workspaces, I always call them desktops, down at the bottom. I make this fit the full width. I don't have any of that stuff in there. That's looks like Docker or Docky, whatever that is. But it's really a pretty good desktop. I used to didn't like it much, but I really loved one thing about it, and that was the XFCE desktop search. I use that for searching app search, not desktop search, but app search. The desktop search I use is the one that comes with Fedora. I forgot the name of it, but you got to put the icon up there in your deal. It's got a good size of the, for me, it's got a good size on the fonts right off the bat. EtherCat, why did it do that? I click on, oh, that's weird. I've never seen it do that before. I go to, I did that, that icon is giant there for EtherCat. Okay, so I think it's just because I need to run the updates. Oh, weird. I've actually never ever seen that happen in 10 years of running Linux. There's a first for me. Choose the preferred application for, oh, there's no application chosen. I guess I'll have to, oh, links. Let's see what links looks like. Links is a text browser. I haven't looked at it in a long time. Display menu, press escape. To display menu, press escape, or click on the top line in the window. Select help manual in the menu for you. It's not. Let's see. Oh, I think this is going to give me search. Let's do. You can click and you can use the mouse, but a lot of it. I've already forgotten how to do it. So you got to do a certain thing to get to where you can. I didn't. All that went in one ear and out the other when I started typing. Oh, when I type, it's just jumping around the menus. It's mostly keyboard based, But you have to get in the right place. Oh, I think I have to hit enter on go to. No? Move. No, I don't want to delete it. Okay, I don't want to play with this anymore. It's good whenever you're on a really slow system. Oh, it didn't close it yet. Okay, it's a terminal-based web browser. Oh, now it's going to open it up every time. I got to figure out how to set it to properties, I think. Now then, command expo open launch. Oh well, there's another way to do that kind of stuff. Oh, there's the search, desktop search. The app search. Web. We got Conquer and we got links. And you would probably look for preferred applications. Yeah, links. I don't want it to be links. I want it to be Conquer until I get. I don't have MUT. Oops, I'm gonna have to go with MUT now. Thunor file manager. I'll change that to. I like Thunor until. There's not all my apps that I use. I use Crusader for my file manager. I like Conqueror, not Conqueror, Console for my terminal, because you can save what's in the window. You can go up there and file save as and save all your commands, and I use that a lot too. Oh, that just takes you back. There's your file manager. See, I get rid of all this extra junk that doesn't mean anything to me. So, of course, there's nothing in my documents. And the network browsing never does work. Probably because I didn't have the right stuff installed. I was thinking maybe it'll work because I have NIS, but, well, I don't have Samba set up or anything, so I don't understand why. Oh, there's my main file system. Okay, and the 28 gigabyte volume is my other. Yeah, I'm like, this one has more slots, you know, but it won't recognize. I keep wondering, you know, Linux will recognize 32-bit will recognize, I think, up to 4 gig, and 64-bit is, I don't know, 64 gig or something of memory. I know it'll do 32. Maybe, well, I think it'll keep way up there, way up there. But anyway, and maybe, and you know what? I think 32-bit will go up past 4 gig too. Yeah, it will. Anyway, I keep wondering. Of course, who wants to spend the money just to see? But I keep wondering if Linux won't actually. It'll still recognize it and use it in the operating system, even though the BIOS won't recognize it. That's what I'm wondering. So, yeah, here's KDE, and so far we're not. It's a lot, like I said, more resource hungry. It takes longer to get booted in. It's really cool, some of it. The thing is, I learned on Genome 2. Used it for many years. Used it until Genome 3 came out, and I loved it. And I had, you know, everything figured out the way I could work really fast. But when KDE, they're pretty much the first ones that came out with the desktop search built in, and I liked that, and I tried using it, but all the other stuff was so different, and I just never got used to it. And it uses more resources, so. Back whenever it's really crazy because that Pentium 4 was, you know, that was a screaming machine, and back in Fedora, all the way up to Fedora 14. Well, 14 is when, you know, like 12 and 14 is when I started noticing KDE would slow it down. But before that, it didn't matter, you know. Application launcher, I don't think it's up yet. Oh, there, see, it's beginning. I don't think it, yeah, there it goes. So there's my application launcher with should be a search in there. And at first I hated this right here, but I finally got used to it. You can click on the section, take you into that section, and then if you want to go back, you can either click on the word in there, or I think you can left click. I have one of those button mouses, like 5-button mouse, and you know, like when you're. And it doesn't just work in the web browser, those left and right buttons. And I'm not talking about left and right click, I'm talking about on the side of the mouse. I don't know if you can see it. I can't get it any closer where my cables are, but it's one thing that Microsoft did really well. They made a great mouse. That's a Microsoft mouse. Now it's got me over into my folders. I don't see the search. Oh, there it is, right there. Type to search. But XCE actually has a little app you can install that gives you one of these. It works a lot better, low on resource usage. Somehow I got a web HTTP track. That'll download your websites and back them up. I've used that since Windows 98 days. 98 first edition. I never got the second edition. I went straight to XP. Let's see what happened. Oh, okay, there we go. It does. It's weird looking. It doesn't. You can't tell that you're still in there. I tapped Office and got this stuff. I didn't install a real Office. It's got Kmail. But I like the one in XFCE really, really well. And I was using XFCE exclusively on this server until those power outages started breaking it and messing it up. So I'm kind of scared to, leave it running in that now. Just use it when I'm actually working and need the extra. You have 59 updates. I should have a lot more than 59. I can't think of things to search for. Pictures. I went to the pictures folder. So anyway, I don't really even want to open up a application or anything. I just wanted to see it. Software updates. And I will do my updates from Mate because I know how it works. Actually, might just do it, in the command line. And I think it's better. I think what I'll do is type yum update, run that, and then I'm gonna type DNF update, because what I found out was there's a lot of things that do not work and that get left undone in DNF. So, but there's others. When you just type yum, then it's DNF kind of takes over too. So I clicked leave and nothing's happening yet. Oh, that always throws me off. It happened quick. It said, what do you want to do there? Log out. That's what I want to do. So, my 3 desktops work. I don't have Crusader installed yet. Yes, I want to log out now. But I definitely need my updates going. I'm wondering if I want to do it in the terminal from the remote session. No, I want to do it in the GUI. Okay, so let's get back to Mate. Get that started. Then I can go back over and I might go back over and show some of that stuff I found for a minute. Either that or I'll stop this video and do another one later. Looks like user bin KACTIV K activity managered crashed. I would think that's a KDE app. Please contact the developer. Okay, so preferences. Well, actually it is quite useful. Mate search tool, I'll add that. I believe that's the file search one. I use they're different colors, so at least I can tell them apart. And that's all. I'll put Kwrite up there. I like Kwrite. Okay, and that's all I need right now. Just so I can edit files and stuff. Yeah, see, there's something weird. It's not. I wonder if it's in the properties. No, auto hide is not turned on. I don't know what causes that, but I've had to fix it I always forget what causes it and what I gotta do to fix it. I think it's actually something kind of half broken that does that. See, I can't get to the X's to close them, and they're high. My throat gets dry so fast whenever I talk. I guess I'm a real computer geek. I hardly even talk, except for when I make a video. Look at all those updates. See, I like to make everything full screen, but I can't even do it. You can't drag it down. You can't get a hold of it to drag it down. Oh, I lied. You can get a hold of it. Okay, but can you make it bigger? Nope. It's missing the stuff. Maybe I need to pick another theme. Maybe that's my problem. It drives me crazy when things don't work the way I want them to. I'm in the wrong section. Look and feel. Let's try a different theme. That may be why I quit using that theme. Crux. I used to like Crux. No, that one was not gonna work. It's not Glossy. I used to use it a lot. And I think it's broke right now. Yep. So I'll go back to. I actually got to where I'm using Edwada because a bunch of icons weren't working in these newer systems. So anyway, updates. Somewhere in here you can say yeah. Select all. It's actually not that many updates. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Probably have to type in my root password again. Let's see. Then just for grins I'll run DNF update and see what happens. Hopefully it should be nothing. We'll see. Should say there aren't any updates. I tried it both in the command line already, but when I didn't have a GUI. Okay, we're going to be updating. See, I can use, normally you can make that full screen and read everything really well. Compiz, Fusion, bunch of other stuff, bunch of KDE stuff, bunch of libs, Plasma. None of it's all that big. Nah, it's all in the kilobytes, every single one of them. Yeah, the borders aren't all there. You can't even see where one thing ends and the other one starts. It's only 59 updates. It's going to get done in no time. So, I sure wish I could do the screencast of this. But the only way I could do it is if I installed remote desktop, and then I'd have to. I mean, I could just turn it off, but of course there's always crazy vulnerabilities that come up with that can actually turn things on that you have turned off. So I just haven't been installing things on my server. I haven't been installing things that that I'm worried about being exploited. I'm actually kind of worried about that cockpit, but it's such a valuable tool. But I still haven't tried seeing if I could get there through the internet. But it's hard to do that from within, like I said before, from within your own network. Actually, can't think of a way to test that. I have to have someone else do it for you, I guess. Or I could take my laptop. Well, like if I could hook up to a neighbor's router with my laptop and then tried it that way or something. That'd be all I could think of. He's never around anymore though. We used to get outside out there. I have a van, a Good Times van, a 1983 Dodge Good Times van that I'm still working. It's my project, but we used to sit out there in it and hack stuff, basically mess around with computers and get on each other's routers and stuff. I taught him how to upgrade his router software. It's funny, I learned how to do things, and then I end up I tell people how to do it, and then I still don't get around to doing some of that stuff myself. But Okay, that's taking a little bit. I'm used to watching it. It's not going to take very long, but so let's go as soon as my mouse comes back. First thing, come on mouse, come on mouse. I think I'm probably got this machine doing all it can do. Okay, I'm on desktop and camera. Well, let's leave it like that, because then you can see the progress in the background there of the oh no, you're just seeing the screen I'm on. You can't see that other one. It's a different computer but the same monitor. So we'll just go to desktop. My bookmarks. Yes, I did. Uh-oh. When you click on bookmarks, I have so many, thousands and thousands. If you have so many bookmarks, you do that, it usually makes the browser lock up. I have to hit Control-Shift-O to open up my bookmarks, and then it works fine. And that's really strange. But that's what happens. I can hear the fan speeding up on that machine. So not gonna get to do that right now. As a matter of fact, I may end up needing to close that browser. Okay, yeah, see, here's my creator that I love to use. I'm not gonna. This resolution is so much bigger than these other machines that you're having to page around. There's one, I never can remember the name of it, but there's one. Let's just do that. Okay. This is the 24 things I've been talking about. What's the other stuff I have? That's the one I already have open. Oop. And that's the one that I used. Okay. I don't think I emailed those to myself. That's all about cockpit. I think that's the first one I read on that site. Yeah, so those are in my favorites. That's where they are. So, oh, there's a remote desktop viewer that comes in a default on Domain, or it does on the Domain 6 and 7. It's yeah, look at my web browser's all. No, it's not gone yet, but I don't think I'll click in that window. I don't think oh, it did work. When you get in, some of these remote desktop viewers turns off your shortcuts. Okay, so there we go. Fedora projects, where I have all that stuff. Let's see if I can get into something. Okay. Let's see. DNF commands. That's the one that was telling me what's what with all that. I think I'm beginning to get too many things open in there though. Oh, I keep forgetting the default. Oh, I think it took me off of the page I was on is what it did. So we'll just use one page at a time here. The default remote desktop viewer in Domain 6 and 7 anyway, they have on those old machines outside. See, I use that to check my email and stuff when I'm out in the garage, because you know it can't even handle hardly anything in the web browser. You can just do some simple searches and stuff, and you can't watch videos, and you can't really use Thunderbird. I don't want Thunderbird on those machines out there anyway. But so I do remote desktop, and it has a setting on it. It's the only one I've seen like that, where you can click on it, and then when you move your mouse to the right, it pans, it pages. And you move it down, it pages, and you can just page automatically by moving your mouse around the screen. It's really makes it a whole lot easier to do, because I have an old CRT monitor. I have two of them out there, so it's a whole lot easier to read on a small monitor, a big screen on a small monitor. Okay, 27 Linux DNF. What is it? Fork of Yum. Okay, commands. 27 commands. And so it's got a bunch of good commands. I'm not going to sit here and read them all over. I will say what the website is here, though. It's techmint.com. I've been on there before, but I haven't really paid much attention. I don't pay attention to the sites. I just save my links and my bookmarks and make sure I can get back. So I'm not doing that. That page does that. It was actually very annoying when I was reading it. It's kind of cool looking, but every single little command has one of those animations. And so it's actually hard to see what's going on. It goes by. It's like a in a loop, and so it goes by before I get a chance to read it all. I'm getting down to the bottom because that's when it said, I was kind of surprised. It was just telling you this is all these commands are useful. Yeah, and they are. And just what you do. I'm having to roll with my mouse wheel because I can't. Well, I can. Let's do that. Grab it. Get down there. Okay, so go back up. See if I can find my spot. Depending on how many comments are on this page, that might not have been so productive. So it says conclusion. I'm not going to read every word of it, but I'm going to kind of read this. DNF is the upper state of the end of the ART package manager. Yum. That doesn't make any sense to me. What does that say? Okay. It tends to do a lot of processing automatically, which is not going to be praised by many experienced Linux system administrators, I should say administrators, as I believe. As a matter of example, it's too hard. I can't remember all that junk, and I said, no, I can't do that, So, I'm already down at the bottom of the screen, I think. No, I'm not. So, I mean, it didn't even have this, it didn't even have a CLI in there. So, command line interface. What is the other thing? I still can't get that right. There's when you have a little bit of graphics in a command line. What is that called? Basic graphics. Anyway, it didn't even have that. And what's this? RPM Fusion. Yeah, it tells you how. Now this is odd. He tells you how to install the RPM Fusion free repos, but not the non-free. And I mean, you want them both. I do, anyway. So I have a script that does that anyway, or at least as long as it works. And it works in 21 and 22. It should work in 23. Hopefully, unless I have to edit the. Let's see. I don't think it has anything. Whoa, this doesn't work so well. Drive you crazy, I know. Let's see. Yeah, rpmfusion.org, free Fedora. Yes, it doesn't have any release numbers or anything, so just release stable, no arch. So yeah, I think it should work. My script should work. I was going to change my script to DNF, but I'm not now because there's so much that doesn't work. I was going to change all the word yum. Every time it said yum, I was going to change to DNF, but now I'm going to just take out skip broken and leave the Y install in there. If I had one I could open up, I'd show you. And I don't think I have any on this machine at all. I don't. But see, DNF install VLC. That's all there is to. That's the only. For the most part, that's all the difference is. I don't like Dropbox, so I wouldn't. Commented that. What I did was I found these articles like this one from a different website, and I commented out. I put all the commands in a text file, and things I didn't want, and left open the ones that I wanted, and then I put my little script at the top to run the things. I added a few things that I wanted had done manually. My one for like the whole operating system, I didn't put that in there. I kept them separate. That's why I have two scripts now. And see, gedit. I don't know why is that. Oh, enable Google repositories. look in the command line, but I couldn't remember those commands, so that's why that's in that other script. That's a good one right there. Okay, this is in DNF, Yum Extender, however it's called. Oh, maybe it wasn't finished yet. I was going to show you how the search works. It works like Apple. It'd be web and browser instead of. It's working so slow that I don't want to wait on it. I'm going to do, and I decided now, so I've been thinking here, I'm going to do a reboot before I go any further with anything else. See, now when you do that, you can only log out. That's why I don't use that. Now I have to go, well, you can go here and reboot, but so I'm going to take that off of there. I'll either put the shutdown up there, or there's a way to get it to where it does show your user when you click on it. It's like it does in XFCE. Click on it, and then you got the choice of doing whatever you want. Or else you can just go to the system menu. I think my camera with the sun has hit that window. I think I'm going to adjust my camera, aren't I haven't watched it boot up without can't see it though. Best I can tell from the laptop, I can't see it at all. I guess I'm going to have to install the rest of what's missing in these themes. Might be why I started using Adwata in these newer systems. Well, not because it's oh, Adwata is not actually installed. So that's pretty cool. Now the next thing I'll be wanting to do is install my script. Let's go see if we can FTP in here. What I do, oops. Well, if I have to do it in the command line, if I can do it with, you know, if I have a graphic interface, which I have now, then it's a lot easier. What am I got going here? Oh. Okay. Now, let's go to our desktop. Minimize you. Now, this is a Windows machine. I can't use Crusader. I was going to use Crusader. Well, I can if I use my. Let's see, what was it? It's 109. So no, I had to do it from here. Oh look, my stream had quit and started back up. There's all this jabber, no telling what's gotten interrupted. But it's good health again. So, oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah.